Thanks very much, Warren, and thanks to AMEC and for all of you coming out this morning on Saturday to hear the stories. So this morning I'll present to you the activities of Zenith Minerals, why we see that it's really a good value investment proposition. We're very active on a number of fronts, particularly in Western Australia and in Queensland. Particularly on gold, and we've also got some base metals upside through our own projects and those that some of our partners are active on. So in particular, why Zenith? So focus on 3 gold projects at the moment, and we have drilling in progress on one of those. A second rig will be starting on another project this month. And then moving on to drill others in an active drilling program throughout the rest of the year. Each project is 100% owned and generated by the company and by our team. And our gold projects are located all in Tier 1 regions, and by that we mean those that have proven multi-million ounce endowment, both historic and current. And what are we looking for? We're looking for large-scale gold mines. We're looking for the million ouncer, those projects that are capable of making a significant value difference to our shareholders and to the company. And we've got an extensive portfolio. We rank those, prioritise those by a very experienced team, and we're aggressively attacking those with the drill rig at the moment. And as mentioned, we've got some additional base metals opportunities which also add significant value. Our corporate structure is very clean. The company was listed 12 years ago as a zinc company, spun out of Duralia Resources. So in those 12 years we've been very prudent with capital and expenditure. The 294 million shares we have on issue in those 12 years, we've had no consolidations or reconstructions. We're well funded at the moment. We have roughly $6 million in cash, and in addition to that we have a series of listed shares. We received some shares in Rumble Resources which are worth about $600,000 through some of the transactions we did on one of our zinc projects. Quite tightly held and a very supportive register, with the top 40 controlling about 67% of the company. So briefly, in summary, our projects. So Red Mountain, which is a 100% owned project in Queensland. We've got high-grade gold and silver mineralisation intersected in our maiden drill program. So we were the first group to identify this project, but also the first to drill it. And we announced results earlier this month of 13 metres at 8 grams per tonne from surface, so that includes 6 at 16, and additional intersections of 5 at 3.5 and 54 silver, including 2 at 8 and 109 grams of silver. At Split Rocks in Western Australia, we have a very large land holding of around 650 square kilometres, a series of targets that we're assessing over 18 kilometres of strike. And this month we just announced results from a program that we completed of air core drilling, which returned 16 metres at 6.3, 8 metres at 4, 19 at 1.4, and a string of other numbers. We currently have, they were all 4 metre composites, and we're waiting on the 1 metre assays, which we expect to receive in the next week or so. And we have 2 other projects this project's really had limited exploration in the last 32 years, which is remarkable given the surface grades we're seeing. And Devlin Creek is also 100% owned. It's a VMS style project in Queensland. We've discovered a new project with high-grade surface gossans, not very far away from the existing JORC resources, and we'll be drilling that project in October. So in summary, the Queensland projects, we have a 15 million ounce gold district. The focus of this talk will be on Red Mountain, which sits between the operations of Evolution's Mountain Rawdon 2.5 million ounce project and what is now Aeris's Krakow low sulphidation 2 million ounce project. And as mentioned, we picked this project up 100%. There were some historic silver soil samples taken on the project on a small hill at the very southern edge. Our work, we completed a systematic program after recognising that hill. It was not actually granite, but a felsic volcanic breccia that was unrecognised in any of the government mapping or any of the previous company mapping. That had high-grade soils, so we're getting soil results to 2.2 grams per tonne, so that's the sort of resource grades at surface. Our gold in rocks were with high-grade gold and silver. We completed some systematic geophysical and geochemical programs and subsequently outlined a 800 by 700 metre volcanic breccia with a margin that has a strong geochemical and geophysical anomaly. So the project style is very similar to two known deposits, we believe. So that is the Mount Wright deposit that was mined by Resolute. That's a 1.1 million ounce deposit. It has a surface strike length of only 200 metres, but extends for 1.2 kilometres underground and was exploited as an underground operation. Mount Rawdon, in comparison, is also of this intrusion gold-related system style, and is a much larger but lower grade resource that is mined by Evolution as an open pit. So our first drill program and the maiden program for this project, we ended up with the spectacular surface grades, and we've had a drill rig running there over the last month. As far as COVID goes, we've had a few issues with border restrictions. Our driller had actually originally was from Queensland but moved his family to northern New South Wales for a bit more of a lifestyle. Unfortunately, he had to drop tools, race down to Queensland, and he's just moved his family and his business back to Queensland so that he can operate for us on an ongoing basis. So we're extremely fortunate that he's sort of dedicating his time to us, and he's now got two rigs, one diamond rig and one RC rig. The RC rig is working on a full-time basis for us at the moment, and will continue to do so as we results dependent, I guess. So mineralisation that we've outlined to date in the first program of 10 holes extends over about 400 metres on the western margin of the Breccia volcanic complex. We've just completed another round of drilling of 7 holes before the guys went on a quick field break, and we anticipate putting results out for those 7 holes this coming week. So the forward program is to continue with the drill rig here at Red Mountain. The initial follow-up holes that will be drilled will extend over approximately 500 metres on the western margin to essentially flesh out the size, grade and continuity of gold mineralisation on the western zone. And then we have this larger scale target that extends right around the rim of the Breccia complex. And so that extends for another 2.2 kilometres. And we've designed an ultimate program that will eventually test the extents of the yellow anomaly there that's shown, which is the gold soil anomaly, and the orange zone, which is the IP geophysical chargeability anomaly. And the IP is reflecting, we believe, disseminated sulphides that are associated with the gold mineralisation. So this is a really exciting, very early stage discovery, and we've got the funds now to really push ahead on this target. The second string in our bow is our Split Rocks project. So it's located about halfway between Perth and Kalgoorlie, south of Southern Cross or south of Marvel Lock. Again, it's a Tier 1 district in that there is existing deposits and historic resources that exceed 10 million ounces in this area. So we're focused on the northeastern sector of our 650 square kilometres that are shown there in blue, in and around the Dulce heap leach gold operation. So there is a private group that has an active heap leach operation, and they're mining the surface laterites and really just skimming off the gold in the top 2 metres. So we have rights in the Dulce area, which is a series of existing mining leases and prospecting leases that extend from 6 metres below surface. And our recent round of drilling that we completed in that area returned spectacular results around the Dulce laterite pit, Dulce North and Dulce Far North. So the drill rig will be back here drilling another 150 or so drill holes are planned. So that's surface air core drilling that'll go quite rapidly. So in the Dulce laterite pit area, we have a zone of mineralisation now defined over several hundred metres. The best results were on the southernmost section, and we have another 900 metres on that zone to the south where there is no drill hole deeper than 2 metres. At Estrella, which is down in the a bit further to the southwest, we're really excited about this target. So we worked up a series of targets over this 18 kilometres based on our experience, based on the historic exploration results. Took the rig out, and one drill line there of 5 holes, the western 2 most holes, intersected 8 metres at 1.2 and 4 metres at 2.9. That zone is open to the south for another 700 metres with no drilling, and open to the north for kilometres. So we're really excited about getting the rig back and testing and following up these exciting results. And as mentioned, we will be getting probably next week, I would say, the 1 metre resamples for these 4 metre composite results, which will probably tighten up some of these intervals and produce, I believe, some higher grade grades out of those. So drill rig back here in late August. And in terms of what else is in the portfolio, we have 2 very exciting base metal opportunities. So Devlin Creek is a 100% owned project in Queensland. It's located inland from Rockhampton. We have existing JORC resources of around 2 million tonnes of about 2% copper, 2% zinc, with some gold and silver credits. And obviously 2.5 million tonnes is too small on its own to be exploitable, although the grades are great and this is potentially open pittable material. We see a target here where we would be looking to find around 10 to 12 million tonnes of 1 million tonnes per annum. So we need to find something that's about 5 times that scale. We control 50 kilometres of host sequence, and as we know from a number of examples such as Sandfire's DeGrussa project and the Bentley project and similar operations here in Western Australia and Red River's project in Queensland, that this style of mineralisation always occurs in clusters. So we've had a systematic exploration program ongoing over the last few years with fairly boring soil sampling going on over that 50k of belt. We had one soil sample earlier this year return high zinc, copper, silver and a series of trace elements that we thought were important. The team went out there and lo and behold at surface in another virgin discovery was this copper rock which returned 7.6% copper. It's got zinc in it, it's got arsenic, it's got lead and all of the other indicator elements that we see is important in these gossan features. And a gossan is the weathered and leached portion of a sulphide body, and we're really excited that we're going to take the drill rig that we have at Red Mountain once it requires a break, take it up here to this new Snook prospect, and we'll have a maiden test of this target, which we think has some really great potential. And Erahidi, one of our partners, Rumble Resources, is free carrying us at a 25% equity to the end of a bankable feasibility study, and they've made a new discovery of high-grade zinc and lead sulfides. These are flat-lying sandstone-hosted sulfides in a large basin, sedimentary basin near Walloona. The exploration target that they've put out is very large scale. The Rumble team are really excited about this opportunity, and they're going to have the rig back there in October. So we're going to have lots of news flow, and that generates excitement. At Red Mountain, we've got the follow-up drilling occurring, and we'll have a string of results that will stem from both the step-out infill drilling and then drilling around the margins of the breccia pipe. At Split Rocks, drilling again in late August. Flanagan's, which we really haven't touched on, but with high-grade surface results, the crew is actually back there today. Devlin Creek, drilling in October, November, and our partners will be drilling as well in October. So that's for us. Sure.